Okay, good. Mic's working. Mic is working. I should probably, wait to start recording after I have confirmed that whatever. Can you believe P-Jack was found dead in a ditch? It's messed up, but I'm glad it had to happen. I'm glad it happened, or else. Anyway, hang on. I felt that sneeze coming, but was helpless to stoop it. Unfortunate, but it had to happen. As they say about things like sneezing and P-Jack. Of course I start, sneezing and snottling the second that I start streaming. Oh well. Let's just get into... Actually, you know what? Before I get into it, maybe I could, show... oh, right. I don't actually have Unity open, because I just restarted my computer. Well, I mean... I guess I can show some of that stuff off, during a break or whatever. I'll open up Unity Hub and just have this booting up in the background so that it can be booted up when the time is right. In the meantime, I guess we can look at things. I've gotta change my window size so that I can see things, but also see other things. But not see too many things, or else something happen, or else the clown will get you or something. I don't know. I don't have a funny thing to say. Nothing funny will happen. Nothing funny will happen. Nothing funny even happen. But I will post the link to Devstream. At least on Tumble. Who knows if Blue Sky can be seen by regular people, human. So was there something else that I wanted to talk about, before I get into things? Probably not. At least probably not anything that I can't also talk about while doing things. So, yeah, here's where we left off. Once more, I haven't touched this since, last week, but I have touched the engine itself, and have been making things gooder there. You know, I should consider, actually texturing this garbage. Let's see, what was I working on? I was going to have there be, a way up towards here. I think I was debating on if this... this is a pool. I think I was debating on if this should be a changing room, because would it be weird if, this donut room has a path to a changing room, even though I think that, that path probably isn't, intentional by the architect. It's probably some, stuff that fell down or whatever. So, I guess with that context, it's probably fine or whatever. Oh yeah, Blockbench got an update. Like, I think today. At least today is the day that I found out about it. Uh, it looks like it primarily changed stuff relating to textures. So, like, that further reason why I should be thinking about textures soon. Perhaps even this very stream. Maybe. Well, I'll see how I'm feeling. But yeah, yeah. Oof. I guess I could make this like a lobby that leads into the pool. I don't know which one feels more. Who cares? I'm just gonna. Who cares if I even figure out how to say sentences like a normal human? I won't, and that is my appeal. I refuse, and that's my appeal. I'm kind of surprised that works. Uh, anyway, speaking of not having normal sentences, I also found out that uh, there's a demo out for Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. That's pretty neat. That could be like a good stream game, depending on the factors. Depending on the factors and all that. But aside from that, I would have to figure out how to do things like. I mean, I do have a capture card. It's been like a while since I used it, but I do have one. And because of having one, maybe something like. I don't know, it was for the Switch One, but it seems pretty universal, so maybe it will still work on my Switch 2. That was weird. I just like rubbed my face and like slapped my slapped my lip. I'm just full of strange noises, I guess. This too is my part of my appeal. You have to like this, okay? Or else something scary will happen. How do I handle you? Yeah, that's flat enough. Whatever. Hmm. This topography is definitely looking a little bit stinky smelly. I guess I can just like delete a thing and then that'll help in some way or whatever. Create edge or face. Create edge or face. And then Or perhaps I should create edge or face. Create edge or face. I might have made it worse just now. What happens if I inset selection? Oh, it looks... That looks fun. That looks awesome for anyone. Wait, can't I... Isn't there like a... Merge vertices? Not quite what I meant, but I think I saw what I'm looking for. Dissolve edges? Close, but I probably have to have an edge selected instead of that. Yes? A tentative celebration? No, this looks bad. I should just like knife tool, I guess. We can knife a you. Knife to meet you. Yeah, you'll never even notice that I did that in a slightly weird and stupid way. Hopefully. This area could be, like, so garbagely optimized that I could be, like, making the game lag like hell. But it's okay. It's okay when I do these things. I commit no crimes ever. So then we can, like, do stuff here or whatever. Yeah, right, there's a mini boss planned or whatever. Or whatever. Maybe it could drop, like, a water spell for you to learn. That could be neat, since it is a pool. Like a ghost in a pool or whatever. Should I move these things forward a bit? It just does seem just slightly too far away. Just slightly too far away from everything in this world. So, this is a separate thing. Okay, so I gotta move this also as well. What happens if, okay, it shifts all of that to the side. I would very much like an option to, like, make it so that this, I can control how far apart the individual, like, how far apart the cuts themselves are. Unfortunate that that's not in the funny update that they passed today or recently. I guess there is also going to be holes over here that you probably can't see, so I mean, there might be like collision problems, so maybe I should, you know, take that seriously. That's not the button I meant to press. I meant to press U, and over here I can press U. And now we add things back. I don't know how far into the dungeon this whole design is. Like, this is the one that I'm intending people to go to first. So, like, it would be a bit of a problem if it's, like, too long or complicated. But it should still be somewhat long and complicated, right? I mean, at least since this is, like, a hotel, there's an excuse for me to copy and paste rooms a bit. Let me just, like, go over, like, the order of operations again in my head. So we start down here. Then there's probably some kind of puzzle involving this room, maybe moving or whatever, that gets you into this side. Actually, currently there's nothing blocking you from... Oof. Nothing blocking you from just going this way first, or whatever. Yeah, that's something to think about, but whatever. So that takes you there. And from there, you can go up elevator. Then you rotate this, I guess, in this room. Then you have to go back around through here. That takes you down. Go back up. You find the room. You go this way. You go this way. That takes you up. That's not too. That's not too bad. The question is, how long should the path be between the mini boss and the like ending? No one even knows these things. Let me just brainstorm a little bit. So, I haven't done anything with these sprongs. Over here. Maybe more of these balcony rooms with the balcony mattering a bit more. Then you can, like, go in a way. You can go in a direction for fun. Uh, hmm. I mean, I've basically been, like, freestyling this whole dungeon, so I may as well just keep doing like that. What is this parented to? Okay, nothing. I guess that's just a folder that is them. Now let's pull you upward. And we can pull you, Squidward. I do think I like the idea of having some sort of, uh, yeah, the balcony being like a little area that we have to go through. But how do I make sure that it stays interesting in this small little place? Hmm, hang on, what if I hit it with this? I mean, like, there being some sort of path here. Not specifically looking like this. Then you would have a... Would that sequence break any? You'd have a way up to floor 3 slightly easier, but I'm thinking that this place would be impassable until you, like, get in through this way. Hmm. Maybe I'll... Maybe I can do that on, like, the other side or something. Like, we introduce the idea of, like, actually going across these balconies for some reason, and then we can play with it bigger, more. Hmm. My, my shift key is still slightly weird. It's still making me press things that I'm not meaning to. You know, while I'm at it, I should check how good the player, like, size wise, is for this. It's definitely. The player is definitely, like. This path is definitely thin. Like, I don't. It's. Hmm. I mean, I could, like, select these two and widen them in some way. Yeah, I think I like that more. I think I like that more. Maybe. No, there wouldn't be any Z fighting because this is slightly lower. But we probably should still have a wall here, and I can do that easy, like, by just adding a wall here. Squeeze you and squeeze you. Unsquish you. Squish you. Squish. There we go. Okay, so now let's take a path. Whoops, I'm clicking around in places that I'm not supposed to be. My Streamlabs is still saying that it. My Streamlabs is still saying that my mic is unmuted but not giving a signal. But I mean, I'm viewing my own stream and I can clearly hear. Yeah, I'm clearly hearing myself. I don't know what it's talking about. It's the weird one. It's the weird one. Although maybe I could adjust the volume a little bit. It gave me a weird pop-up when I plugged my mic back in, I remember. And, like, started trying to use the mic as a speaker rather than a mic. That was more like me not properly reading the pop-up or whatever, but, like, it's never done that before, is the thing. I like it when my peripherals do things that I expect them to do and not the things that I don't expect them to do. Because it's scary. It's scary out there. Another one of these lower floor rooms for old time's sake. Except this one probably has some kind of path leading out of it. Who knows, even. Who knows, even. I think there's like 17 seconds left anyway. So, I may as well, like, show off a little bit of things that I'm doing and have done in the awesome Unity before I properly start breaking. I probably shouldn't be calling Unity awesome. More Mountains' engine and my modifications to it are awesome, is the thing. So, we got us a hotbar. The ice magic is still practically invisible. We've got us a hotbar and also new graphics for the UI elements. I'm probably gonna have to redo, like, icons that I've been using for spells, but that's fine. That's fine. There's no, like... It took, like, a surprising amount of time to figure this stuff out. Like, making it so that you can equip something just by clicking on this bar here, but that would feel unnatural in the menu when you bring the menu up. So I had to... Really, it's just as simple as, like, making sure that you don't... That, like... It only does that stuff when, like, click to equip when the menu is not open. which, like, it took a bit to figure out. I guess it's not all that complicated in the grand scheme of things, but, like, you know, I still feel like a little genius for figuring out even that much. And we can spray fireball. Is this really too high for us to walk over? Jeez. It also feels like we fall a bit slower than maybe should make sense. But that's okay, I guess. Let's do our Quirtle during this awesome break. Uh, show me classic. Okay. Top left is obvious, I guess. Plush. Bottom right has CLAL. Scalp? Yeah. I just had to take a second to figure out all the letters that I know. Bottom left has ASH. Oh, but there isn't A. No, yeah, the H. That's probably at the end. Hmm. Oh, top right could be drink. It's not drink, but there is a D in it. Grind? Yeah, it's grind. Back to the grind. Whatever. I can pause now. Sure, whatever. I can think of more on what the heck a word comes next. What words are next in many thoughts and things? Okay, now figure out which window is a block bench again and start doing things in my book bench. Back bench. Will this look correctly if I just rotate it? Yeah. Yeah. And then we do this. Where is my freaking camera centered on? This feels better. So what is the best way to make, like, a hole in a wall? I mean, I do have like a, what's it called? I do have a plugin that lets me like cut things out of shapes. It's a tool that Blender has, is what I'm thinking of and talking about and saying and doing with my uh brain or whatever. So if I mtools operation boolean subtraction, yeah, that works, I guess. It looks like there's a bit of a seam between the wall and the floor. I hope it's not like that for all the ones, all the other ones that I have made, because that would be inconvenient. Having to go back and fix them. I probably have to go back and fix them. I don't understand why this doesn't have the, like, normal color, the normal texture. Ugh, it's not even that simple because there's still gaps over here. Okay, first, and what happened there? Okay, okay, good. That's a new feature in Blockbench. We got one. We found a use for one of them. Well, that fixed that one, but oof. Okay, it doesn't take that long. We'll just go through these real quick. That's the new one. Center view on selection. Did I fix this one already? Because this one looks fixed already. Well, aside from this. But I can very easily just poke that piggy. You know, maybe it's a good thing that people don't watch this. This one, I can't. It looks pretty flush with the wall. Okay, well, now it doesn't. I might have, like, done a little bit to try and fix that, but not fully corrected. Seems fine okay to me. Seems fine okay to me. It definitely feels a lot less egregious, like, in these ones. Did they, like, deteriorate as I copy and pasted? Like, this one honestly looks fine. I don't think I touched that one yet. Or maybe I did. Who even knows the truth of anything in this world? Hang on. Well, now that I know that I can get that texture by doing this thing I was doing. Yeah, and the topography still looks a bit ass, but that's okay. I guess. Hopefully. You don't get to be mad at me for any reason. Now what? Let's see, we could have a world around here, maybe. There's not a balcony room on this side at all, actually. Now, why would they do that? Who did this? Who did this? Let's just start creating cubes and making things happen. Like this tiny cube. Now it's long and wide and tall. It could be kind of neat to have, like, this area be. I mean, I guess the same could be said for, like, these other irregular rooms. But, like, I don't know, I'm just now imagining, like, these being, like, behind the walls areas. Like, there's pipes and stuff that you gotta go around. It's neat. It's every witch dreams of the day that they get to see weird pipes. Likewise, if I ever like see a giant mushroom and somebody tells me that I can bounce on top of it to get to hard to reach places, that would be so awesome. I feel like I saw like a post cross my like feeds, my dashboards, whatever, about like protagonist maxing. I think they called it, like putting a poster up on your wall that says like press shift to run. I don't know. I don't have a point to bringing them up, but like they're living their best life, I guess. Probably living their best life up until like a slightly annoying uh, companion character appears, which it is very funny that like back in the day, like Navi from Ocarina of Time was like as bad as it could have gotten. But now, like every character is like a million. Every character in a AAA game, let's say, is so much worse than uh, Navi ever could be. So right now we just have a big square, lightly Z fighting with itself. It seems no, it's just lightly Z fighting with this. I mean, easy way to solve Z fighting: just make them not Z fight anymore by making one taller than the other. Then it adds a little bit of depth also, because there's a step upwards, or it could be a step downwards. Yeah, I'm liking the idea of like going behind the walls more and more. Well, I guess I can't say that that's like an area gimmick that is brand new after the mini boss, because you've seen a bit of it like down there. I could expand on it more and more. could even have it so that you go downwards. Ooh, and since I want the boss fight to be in the basement, maybe behind the walls even extends to, like, getting into the elevator shaft rather than managing to find a way to ride the elevator all the way downwards. Maybe. I mean, that. I was gonna say, but elevator shafts aren't safe, are they? But, like, this place is actively haunted, so I guess it's, like, not that much worse. Maybe the ghosts will look at it and be like, oh, I don't want to go in the elevator shaft. What if I die a second time? That'd be, that'd be messed up. It'd be messed up of me to die a second time. And you know what? Behind the walls, somebody could probably make an argument that that counts as, like, a liminal space. I mean, I guess, does it count by definition? Because, like, liminal spaces are places that so you're supposed to face the places and go there. They're in between places. So, like, you're not really supposed to go behind the walls in most cases. So the places that your faces are isn't gonna be there. Yes? Yes. Steamed hams. I said steamed hamburgers. That's what I call steamed hams. If I stretch this, yeah, that'll go right for that, actually. Convenient? Maybe. We have to find out these things together. Yeah, I'm just kind of stretching this out for fun. Yeah, it's that time of night, I guess, where I just go, where I'm just, like, playing with toys. I guess the question should be, if I want this to go downstairs in some way, where would I take it? Because there's already an area there. There's already me when I'm in an area. This is free. Would this open up any kind of... Would this open up any sequence breaks? Because you won't be able to go through here. Well, I guess the better question then should be is, what do you unlock by defeating the mini-boss? What, like, key do you get that changes things in some way? Hmm. I think elevator keys were, like, my initial idea. Like, they let you go to different floors or whatever. But that wouldn't work so goodly now, though, is a thing. So I'm gonna put a block off here. That much is certain forever. I do have this, like, rotating. There is still, like, the room moving gimmick that I haven't really touched. Oh, but, you know, having rooms that move and rooms that are out of bounds and, like, in between walls and stuff, that gimmick would probably, those gimmicks, rather, would probably mesh together pretty well. Like, you move a room and now there's an empty space where it used to be, and you fall into the vast void forever. That's not what I mean, but it's funny to mean that forever. I am, like, a little bit in a brainstorming phase right now. There's only like 30 seconds left, so I can prepare to take a break at least. We can go back to my quartal. So, Shash. I guess this is a word. It's not swash. But what ends with WASH? No, that's not how you spell quash. A wash? I mean, I can't think of anything else it could be with the letters that we don't know. It's a wash. It's a wash. Like when there's water. Okay, we can do our weekly now. I like doing these on stream. It's nice and fun. So let's see. I guess we technically know the most about the top right. It could be Crick. Okay, it's Crick. Let's see. BULK. It could be bulky. It's bulky. It's bulky. Then picky, like how I be with food, at least sometimes. Okay, well, we got like a combo there, but I have no idea what top left is still. It can't be a toll because of this L, but you know, I've got like 3 spaces. I can just do a test. That only revealed the O. So T can't be here or here. could be gloat. It's not gloat. Oh, it's probably float. It's probably a bit late in the stream for me to be doing that, but probably a good idea to adjust my mic. I did kind of notice that it was just a touch blown when I checked my mic. The way my setup is, I'm kind of like having to put. I don't have like a consistent spot for my mic to always be at. I have to like put it down and put it back up, and put it down and put it back up. Tiny variances in where I'm sitting can mean a lot. I guess they would always mean a lot. Uh. Oh. I guess I can at least brainstorm while the break is going so that I'm not wasting as much time. Honk, 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 honk. Yeah. Let's, I don't know, let's figure things out forever. And we can start with my big stupid square. Let's keep that there just because it'd probably be nice to have a square. Although I should probably, like, squiggle the UV's official term, official name. How does that line up with this? Badly. It's too low now. Which is weird because it was too high before. Okay. So that's the correct height. How about we move on to the finish line so that we know where we're heading? Whoops, that's the wrong direction. I sneezed. Truly, it is that time of the evening where I forget how to host a stream. I could rotate this and make it look less stiff or whatever. Hmm. How about I start working on textures, maybe? I mean, we're on session 3 of 3. But I can still open up sprite. Because I might have had a tile set acceptable for this done already at some point. Not fully, I'll probably have to edit stuff, but like, whatever. Let's see. Files. The outfits that I basically failed to record that one stream. How about we start with this? There's probably a better way to like get these things, you know, saved like from the sprite sheet that I am using. Okay, where did I save this? Oh, I saved it as an a sprite file. In a sprite file. Oy. So now we should be able to maybe hopefully. Where'd it go? Where are my files? Here we go. So, I guess we can, like, look for any. Oh, but this is all one big mesh. So that's, like, a problem. Okay, so how does it look? Not bad. Not bad. Maybe a little bad. They changed the UV editor options too, didn't they? Like just a bit, but just enough. I mean, honestly, it doesn't look that bad like that, but like people are gonna know that I didn't make it like that on purpose. I don't know how I got back this menu back. Is the thing. Okay, these are new options that will hopefully help in some way. Uh, does this help? I don't even know. Hmm. 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 I don't know what move UV to cursor is even doing. Okay, well, that at least, you know, shows the thing. I don't want to see too much Z fighting. Wait. One. One of tile. Ah, geez, these are also part of their mesh. Okay, I mean, I could just do that. That's not so bad. That's a little bit so bad. Okay, well, why can't I edit the UV on this one? Help me. I might just have to accept that sometimes these wall trims are going to look a little bit weird. Like, it's not so important what they look like. That's not, like, important information for the player to have. But it is, like, slightly annoying that they don't look as good as they could. Perhaps if I had a budget. Oh, man. I really should have started texturing before I did, like, copy and pasting stuff. Can I do that for multiple meshes? I can, at least. That's like a Silver the Hedgehog lining. A Silver the lining. Yay. What I just do? Apply to untextured faces. Okay. Okay. Well, we got those trims done on floor one. It's gonna get even more inconvenient. Don't feel very bad for me. I deserve all of this. Okay, I'm making another texture for the thing. I saved it as an A sprite again. I didn't mean to do that. How's that looking for the floor? It seems okay. You know, is there clamp edge? What does clamp edge do? Well, not what I want. Not what I wanted. I just think that it would be neat if there was something like a 9 patch sprite. I don't know how to describe what I'm thinking of. Uh, you know, the middle grows and the sides grow and the corners are moved. It's like resizing it instead of having to set the things manually. Oh, I should also realize that I'm going to have to like, no matter what, I'm going to have to make at least some new assets that haven't been touched before for the thingy. Well, the walls are going to be like mostly a flat color, I think. So we could like change it to what was I using before? What's this yummy cream color? F2CFBA. It's not letting me paste it like this. Okay. That worked, I think. Now we can select everything that probably needs to be cream. Okay. Creamatize recap and apply to untextured faces. Yeah, yeah. It's coming together. Speaking of, I should, like, squish the UVs here. Actually, if these are going to be a flat color too, then it wouldn't matter. The floor definitely, probably, most likely wouldn't be. I haven't done anything at all with this side of the room. The place, the location. Hmm. Maybe a tasteful little outdoor patio or something? I don't know. I mean, it's gotta be a nice enough hotel for ghosts to want to spend their afterlife here. Okay, texture 3 incoming. What are these other checker textures that I have? Do I have... What previous checkerboard floors did I make? Oh, okay. Those were just the ones that I made for the testing room. So it's fine if... So it's fine if bad things happen to them. But what do I do with the room? With the donut room? Who knows who even thinks about these things in their life? I stretch out as the timer says that I can have one big yummy break. So I should think about what there is left to do before I I mean just in general really. So I've got these dungeons. I have a consistent time to work on those because, doing the stuff that's in the engine is not nearly as exciting as this stuff. And this stuff isn't all that exciting. The same could be said for sprite work, too. That's a thing that I could work on. Although, since this is a fan game at all, maybe there would be people willing to, pitch in with their own sprite work, maybe. I'm probably going to, release some of these assets to the public, so that can be a thing that people do or have the option to do. At the very least, spreading out other characters. Because, especially if you want to include background characters from this show, there's a lot of characters. There's a lot of characters that could be here. Well, you know what? We have the testing room. We have the testing room in Unity. I could take some time to have a look. Depending on if it shows up on stream. Because it doesn't look like it particularly wants to. Okay, it's on stream, I guess. So this is obviously an incomplete version of the area. Oh, right. I still haven't fixed the dang animations from the time that I broke them a while ago. I've just been, thinking far too hard about things that I want to, include. That's not supposed to look like that. I hope that isn't consistent. Let's see. What other mechanics am I going to need that are a big enough deal that they have to be done first? It would be good to adjust player physics a little bit. It does feel like we're weirdly floaty on falling. Hee 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 hee. Hee. You can just kind of jump up that. Do these, like, parts that are like a texture that's flat still kind of sort of act like semi-solids? Is that like on purpose? Because it doesn't seem like it's registered that we are should be on the ground. Let's see what else. Items that aren't spells and stuff. Those are things that I would have to at least be sure that I have them working. Maybe I think top-down engine has some kind of support for like more than one inventory, like for holding different items. Speaking of which, the equipment that isn't weapon based is also something that I have to do. Okay, so those are like two things. Oh, I fell down. Hee 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 hee. Could be nice to have like some footstep sound effects. I think the engine supports that in some way. It's probably not good that this sound happens, but I'm having fun with it. It's not annoying to me yet, so it might stay for a bit. Rather, it's not supposed to sound like that when we're walking up a slope or stairway, whatever. The sound itself is supposed to exist. So, you know what? I have like notebooks and stuff. I should like actually take a second to write this down. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Go has a to-do list too, but like, I'm probably more likely to open this up. Well, actually, no. Go has been helping me a little bit for focusing on like the Unity engine stuff. Also, I opened this notebook right up to a different idea that I've been having. Unova style fake mon decks of counterparts to Gen 1. That's like an idea that I have been cooking in the back of my head, and I could like I might even do something with that soon. Maybe it depends. I might want some more confidence in like game dev ability before I make it a game, but I would like to, and also just fake mon decks seem popular. But whatever. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. I can't get distracted, so non-weapon items. That includes armor and healing. Hmm. Status ailments, I think I saw a plugin for those. Fix animations. More spells is always good. Multiple inventories. I think most of the stats are implemented the way that they should be. At least partially. Because I haven't made them account for, well, they only account for the wand and not any other equipable. Hmm. Oh, character swapping, that's also a thing that I should be aware of, thinking about. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good to-do list, a set of things for me to keep in mind when uh next time thinking about doing things in this, which is constantly. Except that since I am getting tired, that is, these aren't things that I'm going to be doing soon. But hey, we've got uh got another chunk of this map done, and we've got plenty more to do. I'm gonna have to make a damn town eventually. I probably shouldn't be groaning about that. That'll either, I mean, that could be agony. It could also be fun. It could be both. It might be both. Uh, and aside from that, I guess, uh, I don't know. It is starting to feel like it's coming together. Maybe it's just because, I like the way that the new UI looks and it's making it feel a bit more real. I guess UI is important. But aside from that, like, progress is being made. There's dungeons coming up, and since, the nature of these streams, I'm not like hyper focusing on one side of the project or another, so I guess that makes it, maybe that'll help make it feel a bit smoother to work through. Oh, there is another thing that I was thinking of doing that I might end up scrapping. And that is character. How should I put this? Back sprites? I mean, I have the back sprites themselves done because I was going to experiment with them. The hard part is we're gonna have to see if these experiments bear any fruit, and if there's like anything at all that uh well, if I can figure out how to like make it happen, make it so that like if the character is supposed to be looking like upwards, like they'll always supposed to be facing towards your mouse. So if the mouse is relative to them above them, then they should be flipped over so that they're looking, yeah, so that it looks like they're looking in a direction. Well, we have made progress and the timer is done. I have reached my quota, more or less. More or less. Moreless is the word that you could say of that. Uh, well, that's enough out of me for this week, perhaps, but I think. No, I think there's another week between now and Tomodachi Life living the dream dropping. Living the dream dropping distance. Yeah, I think it's like the 9th of next month, so there is still another Wednesday in between that. And actually, I think there's like 2 Wednesdays in between that. That does seem like a game that I could stream. Pokopia feels a little bit too involved for me to stream, but I feel like I could just, like, space out and ramble about things during Tomodachi Life. And I already did a Metopia series. So it's like 50% good. Perhaps. Perchance. Perhaps. That be enough out of me for this hour and 45-minute on a Wednesday evening from me. I started a little bit late, didn't I? But that's okay. You have to be nice to me.